All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is officially 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Chris. This is my channel, We Love Comics. And today we're doing another edition of Choose, where you guys and gals out there in the live show will get to pick which boxes you think I should unopen. And I turned it into a little game where basically there is going to be at least one key issue in each group. There could be a variant, there could be a silver, bronze age, or modern age key, there could be a graded book, or there could be the dreaded dud. Now, I have changed the dud around because I didn't want anybody to think, that I'm insulting anyone's work as far as comics are concerned. The last thing I want to do is get anybody offended, so I changed it around so a dud is going to be maybe comic related, maybe not. It may not be something you would want to see. So you're going to have to try and see if you can outsmart me trying to lead you into a certain way. And I've been actually pretty decent in this. I think there was only once where you guys were able to get all the key issues. So let me put the camera on, otherwise it's going to be really difficult to see the choices. So I see Lewis is here, comic lover, the Sula stuff. Joao Alfonso, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Ricky, Ray the robot, and comic lover. So a bunch of people are here. Welcome. So I'm going to have 3 different sets of 3 comics that you can pick. William, hello. I'm glad you guys are coming in. So this is where, if you're new to this channel, a lot of times you're going to watch somebody's videos, even live shows, and you don't really get to participate. You basically just watch. So here, you guys are going to pick which boxes that I basically unslab for you guys. So it's a way to kind of get you a little bit more involved. And really quick, the Sula stuff says, I took your advice and made an offer for Eternals #1, and the guy accepted my offer and saved a few bucks. Pretty cool. Yeah, I really hope more and more people will listen to my advice about taking chances on comics. I hear time and time again people trying it, and it actually works. So, like I tell people, you could lose the lottery 100 times. The one time you win, you don't think about the times you lost. So don't get frustrated, don't give up. So I'm glad to hear that. All right, so we're getting enough people that want to do this. So there are going to be 3 different sections. There are going to be 3 quote-unquote comics. There will be at least 1 key issue. There'll be one that's not bad. And there'll be one that you probably won't want to pick. So we're going to start with the first group. Now remember, you have to be on the live show to participate. I've actually had people, when the video is done and processed and uploaded, that people try and vote. I appreciate that, but once the box has already been picked, not much I can do about it. Please make sure you only vote once, so be confident. I have swayed people into other choices to their own demise, so be careful about that. So some of you think you got me figured out. I may know that and may be playing around with you. Also, one other thing before we start, sometimes I open the books and switch things around. So you never know. You might have seen a box and think, oh, I remember Chris saying that's got a grail in it. And then you find out it's basically a bag of potato chips. So it could be. All right. So Ricky says he's got a fantastic 464 for 32 bucks, free shipping. Very nice job. I'm glad to see that people, excuse me a second, the cats are fighting. The people are starting to get some good deals, so congratulations on that. So you guys ready to go? I'm going to show the first 3 boxes for round number 1. Let the games begin. Good luck, everybody. I will trick you. All right, so here we go with box number 1. Now, this is a smaller box, so obviously this would most likely not be a graded book, unless it's a shrinky-dink version. You can see there's a lot of tape on here, so you'll have to say to yourself, did Chris tape this book, or did it come packaged that way? So if you pick box number 1, you'll have to find that out. Okay, so box number 2 is a much bigger box. As you can see, it's a very long box. So I show that there is no damage, but you can see again, whoever mailed this comic taped it very well. So this could be a bunch of comics. It could be comic art. It could be a graded book. But if you pick number 2, you'll find out. All right, and last but not least, for round number 1, we have box number 3. Now, this is one of those priority mail boxes. And as you can see, all three boxes are in pretty good condition. This one has a little bit of a dent there, but obviously that's not going to destroy what is in the book. So, you have now seen all three boxes, so you're going to have to choose which one do you think will have the best choice. So do you pick number 1, number 2, or number 3? And before you vote, talk amongst yourselves. Let's see if you guys can get a group thought together. So here we go. We already got some of the votes coming in. Well, you got to pick 1 or 2, William. So you got to be very decisive. Do you think I'm tricking you? Because 1's a key, 1's a dud, and 1's a not bad. So you do have 2 out of 3 chances of at least getting a comic. All right, so here we go. People are staying away from box number 1. All right. 3, the oddball. That's interesting. All right. So remember, make sure you vote only once, and you do have to be in the chat room to be able to participate. So I highly recommend you do that. All right, so right now we got pretty much almost a tie. So we'll have to see where you guys go with it. A couple more votes, and then we'll pick the winner. Crypto Club, welcome. William, Geek Out Therapy, John, Jose, Pammy, Daniel, Gary, Christian. Always good to see all of you. So right now, 1 and 3 are ties. So you guys are you're not confident in number 2. Well, now we have a 3-way tie. So remember, they could be comic art, comic books, graded books, or you'll just have to find out. So this is what we'll do. We'll do 3 more votes. Right now, it's a 3-way tie. So you guys are not very confident. You're all over the place. So let's see what you guys pick. So 3 more people, and we will come to a conclusion, and we'll pick what you guys chose. All right, so Lewis says 2. So 2 more votes. I like this. I got you guys on the ropes. All right, so we're going to try at least 1 more vote. If not within the next 10 seconds, we will go with that box. So pretty much it's pretty even, so you're all not sure which one I'm getting you on. All right. Excuse me a second. Get away. Leave him alone. All right, so we have it closed. You guys did pick box number 2. All right, so we'll move these 2 away. All right. So that was actually probably the closest one so far out of any of the boxes. So you guys weren't sure where to go with this one. So that means I'm still in your heads. So we'll have to see, is this a graded book? Is this a bunch of comics? Or did I purposely put a larger box to catch your eye? But let's see what you chose. Somebody, Alfonso is kind of he's not feeling confident. All right, so as you can see, there is a top holder. So it isn't a graded book. So let's see what you guys chose for round number 1. And don't forget, there's 2 more rounds. So keep telling people, tell them to join in, because the more the merrier. And you guys got to definitely talk to each other, because you were all over the place. So there is a top loader. So what did you guys pick for round number 1? You picked a sock. So, ladies and gentlemen, you all collaborated and chose some of my laundry. So congratulations. Round number 1, I gotcha. So that's dud number 1. So, and yeah, talk amongst yourselves. Have fun with this. Roger says, I'm happy to get this one live. These are awesome. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate that. So right now, I am 1 for 1. So I'm going to put that right here. So round 1 goes to me. So let's see if I can continue to get you guys. I'm in your heads. The obvious is not always the obvious. Sometimes I will take larger sized books to make you think Ooh, that's visually stimulating. So this one was, like I said, that was the first time where you guys were all over the place. All right, so let's start with box number 1 for round number 2. And don't forget to wait until the end because I will do a surprise subscriber shout out. So even if you guys end up picking all the duds, and this is what I'll do. If I get you with all 3 duds, I'll give you one more chance. So we'll make sure you guys find at least one comic because I can't get you 3 times, can I? We'll find out. All right, so box number 1. This is probably the best wrapping I have ever seen on a comic book delivery. It looks like Christmas paper. It's this beautiful, smooth, almost something like you'd see on somebody's like linoleum floor. So this is in really good condition. As you can see, there is no damage. But would there be a comic in here and I purposely wrapped it to make it look this way? Or did this come in the mail that way? So that is box number 1. Box number 2, you have your standard type of comic book package. And again, notice how there's no damage. So either I'm using brand new boxes to place things in them, or the post office is actually doing their job. You'll have to decide which do you think is more of a possibility. So you could see, since it's a standard size, it's not going to be a graded comic. But will it be a comic at all? You'll have to see. So that's box number 2. And number 3 is not a box, but are you curious enough to see what is in box number 3? Or bag number 3, shall we say. So obviously this isn't a graded book. Obviously this is not a comic book, but is it comic related? Now, if you remember, there was a time ago where you did see a very small box which you all were very afraid of. So, am I doing reverse psychology this time, or do I know you're going to do that and purposely put the dud in one of the other 2? So don't vote yet. So none of the votes have counted until I tell you to go. So I like the enthusiasm. So none of these votes have counted. So starting now, talk amongst yourselves. Let's see what you guys pick. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. Yes, and it is from China. So Sulu is very observant. This came from another country, which I have ordered comic products from other countries before. So Travis is picking door number 4. I'm not really sure what that would be, but we'll add that to the list. So he wants to see air. All right, so here we go. Votes are coming in. All right. Another vote for 4. I like it. All right, you guys are going with the Christmas wrapping. Lucky number 1. Well, we'll see, Christian, if that is indeed lucky. You will find out. And I will wonder, can I get you 2 for 2 on this? All right, so it looks like 1 and 2 are neck and neck. 2 people have already picked door number 4. And you guys are staying away from number 3. All right, so a couple of more votes. Chaos Lord, welcome. Corey Maxwell, always appreciative. Crypto says 1, so you guys are so afraid of box number 3, or bag number 3. All right, so box number 3 is out, so now 1 and 2 are tied, so the next vote will make the choice. Unless somebody dares to pick number 3, we will automatically make that win. So be very careful before the next person votes. Well, that finishes that one. All right, so ComCop made the final vote, putting number 1 in the lead. So you guys are going with the Christmas present. So I'm going to be nice and show you what package number 3 was. Just because I know some of you are curious. You won't admit it, but you're afraid. Corey says, if this is a dud, I'll give you $5. So, some of you were right. You would have picked the matching set of the socks. So, I did not get you that time, with the dud. So now you have to say to yourself, is this the key? Or is this, not a bad comic? So we'll pick that out right now. I really like the way this person wrapped this. I mean, I don't know what material this is. It almost feels plastic. So good job for them on that. It's kind of got like fibers, which is always good for a balanced, nutritious breakfast. And guys, don't forget, if you're having fun, don't forget to hit the like button, because I always appreciate that, because you guys know my channel always has to, struggle along with the community, so any support will definitely be appreciated. So, let's see what you picked. This person taped the living bejesus out of this, and you guys know I love when they do that, he said sarcastically. And don't forget all the other videos that I've put out this week. I want to make sure you don't forget them. And I do this all the time. So stick around and make sure you hit the notification button. And if you don't get any notifications, just periodically check my channel, because of the fact that I make videos at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not more. I think I've made one almost every single day this week. Alright, so there are multiple comics here. I love when they tape them to the point where you have no idea where one begins and the other ends. So this might take a moment. My apologies. That's the wonderful thing. Okay, so they did put it in a bag. Alright, so here is the choice that you guys chose, so you can see these are comics. So the comics I am about to show you are Cyber Frog, issue number 0. And these are the variants. These are the ultraviolet variants. This is created, written, and drawn by Ethan Van Sciver. And then issue number 1. I think these are really cool covers. I don't know about the actual character himself, but hey, I remember as a kid, I couldn't believe there was a comic book called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I wish I would have bought those back in the days. Alright, so you guys are officially 1-1. So I got you the first time. You guys picked... You did not pick the dud the second time, but you have failed to find the key issue yet, but you still have one more chance. So Jose, Joseph, Travis, want to say hello to everybody. So pretty much everybody's getting a surprise subscriber shout out in a way. So here we go. This is the last round. So, box number 1. This one looks like it was waterproofed, which I appreciate, because a lot of times the post office will just leave it out front, and we've had a lot of rain recently. Plus, this also keeps bugs from crawling in, which is always a fun thing. Dr. Von Chilla says, what the heck is Cyberfrog? Cyberfrog is a comic that's Ethan Van Sciver. I mean, if you saw the New 52 Batman 1 in 25 variant, that's the Ethan Van Sciver variant. He's worked for DC. He's now in the Comicsgate community. He made his own comic book. He decided to leave the social justice warrior parts of the comic book community, in DC and all the others, and make his own brand. And that was, I think that was a GoFundMe where he made his own comic book series. So, I mean, it's supporting somebody. I mean, whether it becomes something or not, who knows? Oh, let me give you the price on those, because I got a really good deal. I paid $22.94 a piece. I've seen number 1, the regular comics, sell for over $70. So I always make sure I mention the price, and that includes shipping and handling. All right, so here we go. So this is number 1. Oh, yeah, and Travis Roberts says, Batman Damned, first appearance of the Batwang. Yeah, I always say, I guess people want to visit Wang Manor. Ching. All right, so here is, yes, he did Green Lantern Rebirth too. Thank you, Chaos, for this. So this is box number 1. Box number 2 You guys have not picked a graded comic in a while, so as you can see, this is one of the bigger packages. So this could be a graded book. As you can see, it's definitely, I will tell you this, it is not a sock. Because, you know, I can only wear 2 at a time. And here is box number 3. So again, another priority mailbox. So these 2 could both have graded books, and the other one could be the dud. Or one of these 2 could be a dud, because then, if I made you look at the same boxes, now you'd have to think, all right, did he put it in one of those 2? And if so, which one? Or 2. All right, so you've seen the boxes. Get ready for your votes. Miss Hustle, welcome. You're just in time for the last one. So here we go. Do I end up winning the game, or do you guys win? William, it's definitely not underwear. I can promise you that. I wouldn't do that to you. All right. So that would be funny, though. I'll have to find, like, a pair of underoos or something. Like, stop at, like, Walmart or something. All right. So, again, Travis picks 4. He's not confident in his choices that he has. Yes, in boxes, there are boxes that have duds. It's a hat or a shirt. Well, since I did it for the first 2, I could say, excuse me, safely tell you there is no article of clothing in there, in any of the boxes. All right, so you guys are staying away from 3, thinking that I purposely put a different box to make you guys pick other ways. Now, one of them is winning basically by a landslide at this point. So 3 more choices, and then we will go from there. But it looks like number 2 is going to win. So 1 more vote. Actually, it doesn't matter. All right, so this one was the key issue. See, I know you guys all too well. That was the lowest voted one. You guys voted 3 for number 3. So that means you had to choose between the 2 boxes. So you picked the middle one. Oh, wait. Sorry. Wrong box. So, since they're both the same, it was just a matter of thinking, would Chris do that? So Chris did that. So let's see what you picked. Let's open this bad boy up. So it could be a graded comic. It could be finally a slab comic. I think you guys only picked 1. So, what is in here I'm reaching for? You have picked a brass unicorn. But it is solid brass, so I'm sure it does have some kind of value. So you guys, I got you 2 rounds to 1. So, since I got you with 2 of the duds, I feel bad. So I'm going to give you guys 1 more chance for another round. So since a couple of you said 4, we're going to show 4 different choices this time. Probably a Batman Damned number 1. Well, you might not know. All right, so let me pick 4 of these books, and we'll give you 1 last chance. So now, there is still... Actually, there are no more duds because I actually gave away the last one. So, you will get at least an okay book. I'm telling you, I'm in your head, ladies and gentlemen. You guys got to communicate more with each other. Every time I do this, I want to start seeing the same people, bring other people in, and start communicating with each other. See if I can trick you. You guys have not been able to figure me out yet because you barely got number 2. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's start with these 4. So you're going to have 4 choices on this one. So this is the final round, and then I will pick today's surprise subscriber shout-out. So this is the box you did not pick. So you will at least know that it's not a dud. So that's box number 1. Then we have the earlier box from the first round, which means that's either a key or an okay comic. Number 3 is the mailer that you guys were so afraid to pick. So we'll have to see, do you continue to stay away from that? And Miss Hustle wants the unicorn. my wife would be mad. And then another one you guys were very scared to pick. So now you have seen the boxes. You have 1 through 4 to pick. Starting now, place your votes. And let's see what you guys pick. So here we go. Corey going right for the jugular at number 3. Look for the damaged box. Notice none of them are damaged. I know that. Which means the next time I do this, you might see all damaged boxes. All right, so finally people can pick number 4, and it will actually be a real choice. So you guys, again, all over the place so far. 4 votes, and we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, there we go. So we're going with 4s. People are staying away from 3 again. You have a wife with good taste. Obviously, I tell her that all the time. I mean, she married me, so how much better taste do you get? All right, so, wow, there's a lot of votes coming in. Looks like 4 is going to win with a landslide unless there's a change really quick. He won't do 4 because it's been Chase all day. Yeah, so I think next time I'm going to do all the boxes, I'm going to purposely crush them. All right, so 4 wins hands down by a landslide. All right, so the good thing is this isn't a dud. But we'll have to see. Did you pick a generic not bad comic, or did you finally get one of the key issues? Now, this doesn't count as a win for you guys, but it will count as a moral victory, because I think you guys are going to need that. Now, this person actually taped corners to it. I think that's actually pretty cool. And Miss Hustle, you got to yell at Reggie. Tell him, why is he never here for these live shows? You know, I may one day give a prize where you win a free harmonica if you get all 3 right. So where the heck is this book? They did tape this pretty darn good, so this is definitely secure. And one of the things I highly recommend, when you win something, especially on eBay, don't assume that the seller knows or even cares how to mail a comic. Tell them. Tell them you want a bunch of cardboard to keep it secure. Tell them that, you know, you don't want the envelopes, because even marked, you know, fragile or don't bend, post offices hardly ever listen to that. All right, so this is all over the place. They definitely taped the living Shiite out of this. So we're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by or sit down. And I hope you guys like these, because I think these are really fun to do. And by the amount of people participating, I think you do too. And you guys are shivering, Jesus Christmas, with anticipation. The last thing I want to do is destroy the book. Okay, so I will obviously be changing the bag and board from this monstrosity. What did you guys choose? You guys ready? Mr. Chris says, did you get the Batman Damned? We shall see. And we'll leave it at that for the moment. All right, so you guys ended up choosing Amazing Spider-Man issue number 17, which is the second appearance of the Green Goblin. So you did pick, for the one particular group, this was the key issue. This is definitely a book I highly recommend getting, especially if you cannot afford Amazing Spider-Man number 14. Because not only is this his second appearance, but it's also the first appearance of the glider that he's famous for. Because, obviously you don't know it if you don't have the book, but Amazing Spider-Man number 14, the Green Goblin's basically driving an electric broomstick. So this is definitely the alternative book to get if you cannot afford Amazing Spider-Man 14, because that glider, and as you can see, there you go, that's the glider he's been using ever since. So, you guys got the moral victory. Congratulations on that. Oh, and let me tell the price, because you guys know me, I always get good deals on these. With shipping and handling, I paid $93.61 for this book. It's a lower grade. This will definitely benefit from a pressing because it's got a little bit of a concave here. So, yes, Chaos Lord was right, but it's a group thing, so the individual doesn't matter. That's why you guys got to connect with each other. So I would say this is probably a 3.0 to a 3.5 after a pressing, but still under $100. I can't complain. Like I recommend to everybody, make sure you check the inside of the book. Don't just assume it's what you think it is. Don't just put this away or send it off to be graded. Well, you can't do that because this is my book. So, now we get to pick today's surprise subscriber shout out. So if you want to be one of those, all you have to do is be a subscriber. And then the more often you comment, the more likely you will get that surprise subscriber shout out. So don't be afraid to end up finding out. So yeah, Gary says he wants to thumb it up. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So with that being said, today's surprise subscriber shout out goes to J-Man Truth Seeker. So J-Man Truth Seeker, you are today's surprise subscriber shout out. We had a lot of people that ended up participating in this. So you guys, let me recap what you chose today. You had the key issue which you just saw, which is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 17. You also ended up, not bad, you picked the Cyber Frog 0 and 1. So maybe some of you have never heard of this book before. It might be something to consider. It's under the label of Harris Comics. These are pretty expensive, believe it or not. Then you also picked, as you saw before, as one of the duds, the Golden Unicorn. His name is Fred, or whatever the heck he is. And then the first one, you got to get one of my socks. You almost got the second one, so that would have been funny. So those are the 4 choices. I hope you had a lot of fun doing this. I will do these again. Hopefully you appreciate what I try and do to make this channel a little bit different than what you see elsewhere. I love you guys participating. I did sock it to you, so I am 2 and 1 today. So we're going to keep score from now on. So will you guys beat me 3 times in a row, or will I finally get a trifecta of dud goodness? You'll just have to stay tuned for the next time around. So share these videos, let other people know it. Reggie, what are you doing? I'm just saying goodbye. Where you been? Everybody, subscribe to Reggie. He's trying to get to 1,000 subs. Anybody out there close to a milestone that's making videos you want me to do a quick shout out for? Rob L says, when are you going to do a full extensive tour of your collection? Considering I have about, probably at this point, about 35 to 40,000 books. Unfortunately, it can't happen because a lot of them are in my storage facility. So, yeah, so Reggie, I got them basically 2 rounds to 1. The 2 duds, and I'll show them, the 2 duds were one of my socks. They almost got the second pair, and the other one was a Golden Unicorn. We'll name him Nickel, even though he's bronze. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for participating. I'm going to be looking to trick you guys more and more, so be careful. You guys haven't figured me out, but I've figured you guys out. So we'll find out the next edition of Choose the Crushed Box Edition. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll see you next video. And don't forget, it's not you, it's not I, it's We Love Comics.